Do you look at me like I'm truly a straight male?
Yes.
You guys heard it. The internet heard it. Everyone heard it. Yes, I'm straight. And I date a trans girl. Fuckers.
Where?
I don't see one.
This is absolutely hilarious. Whether your boyfriend says that you are not gay or you are gay is irrelevant. Your boyfriend is a man. We all know this, and you people can continue to lie to yourselves. My dad had this quote that will forever stick with me in my head. You're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself.
Hey everyone! As you can see, I'm going to the pool. I'm going to a public pool today for the first time as a woman. Normally I go to a private pool, but my therapist wants me to do some exposure therapy where I do things that make me uncomfortable. So he suggested I go to a public pool as Jay.
At this point, what's going on with the ABCD community and all of this nonsense has to be a joke, because there's no way that a man built like this can go around wearing what he's wearing and genuinely believes in the things that he's saying. I'm beginning to think some people are just doing this as satire to make fun of all of this nonsensical movements that's going on right now.
Are you systematically oppressed while your sewers are taken care of for you, while you have air conditioning, while you live in modernity and all modern technology, and every dangerous fucking job on planet Earth is done by men?
You're doing that, that's your job, and then we've got our own job. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, you do. You have a job, but your job is clearly far less valuable than our job, because without us maintaining the entirety of the infrastructure for which women's pampered asses can even exist inside of society, they would collapse. And how do I know this? Because I have 2,200 years of history to look at, to watch the progression of them literally folding like cheap chairs and being passed between enemy armies like it was nothing. They were literally chattel if we decided that they were, and instead we have massive amounts of technological advancements which have allowed for women to even exist in modernity, and instead of being praised for it, men are treated like absolute garbage.
There's no such thing as equality, and it's a stupid thing to try and accomplish. Equality and feminism is just a psyop to make people believe that we can achieve the same thing when we're completely different human beings. There's no equality amongst women, and there's no equality amongst men. Get that out of your head and think for yourself for a minute.
What makes you guys so excited about Pride Month?
Well, obviously, queerness, gayness, and being fabulous in general, and celebrating everybody's diversity is very important in New York City. It's very important to a lot of people who live here, and this month means a big deal to us.
And when did you realize that you were gay or queer?
I'm straight.
If she's being for real that she's not straight, she got me there with her rainbow colored hair and all of the nonsense that's going on with her.
Do you believe that illegal immigrants should be allowed to vote in American elections?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're living here and they are part of, like, our society, then I feel like they should have a right to say who is also part of the government and things like that. So,
are you familiar with the term the Great Replacement Theory?
I wasn't prepared for all these deep questions. I don't have a big thoughtful thing to say. I just
Do you believe that illegal immigrants should be allowed to vote in American elections?
I'm not going to participate, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I think that the people in America are kind of stupid and we need more opinions.
I love men. Like, I think men are the coolest, but I don't need them to survive. Yeah. But like, I love men.
To say the nonsense that she just said, you would have to have a very low IQ, because what she said is absolute stupidity. You don't need men, but the home you're going to go to and sleep in was built by men. The water you drink was maintained by men. The car and the transport you take is also maintained and done by men. But of course, you continue to believe in your feminist lies that you don't need men and you do everything by yourself, which is absolute nonsense.
What was that?
You're hiding your message.
Okay, what's your point?
You're a scam artist.
How is that a scam? Do you know what a scam is?
I do.
What's the definition of it?
It's a blank sign on one side.
That's not a scam. A scam is making a promise on the front and not delivering on the back end. You don't know the definitions, do you? You don't know the definitions? That's the funny part. If you're gonna use words, at least know the definitions, please.
He's not with Save the Children.
No, I'm saving the children. Do you know what it is? Were you actually listening to our conversation?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. But you call someone a scam artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know the words you use, that's why.
Oh, I know. I studied Shakespeare, bro.
You what?
I studied Shakespeare.
Okay.
So I understand words, actually.
Okay, but you didn't give me the right definition of scam.
I don't have the Webster's dictionary.
You don't need the...
This is exactly what happens with majority of these woke people. Once you start questioning them and get them to start defending what they have said or what they even believe in, they fall like this gentleman just did right now. They're completely clueless people and they just continue to say nonsense just because they simply don't like you.
Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about something super important. What it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand. Ready to learn? The first thing I want you to do is close your eyes. Now think, do you feel like a boy, a girl, or a little bit of both? Do you have your answer? Great. Now I want you to imagine that everyone keeps telling you that you're something else, even though in your heart you know who you are. Wouldn't that make you sad inside? People who feel like this are transgender. And if you're not transgender, it's super easy to be friends with someone who is. Let's take our imaginary friend Theo, for example. One day you notice that Theo starts wearing girl clothes instead of boy clothes, and then they tell you that they want to be called Luna instead of Theo. This is so exciting for our friend Luna because they finally get to be their true self. And if you accidentally call Luna by their old name, make sure to say a big sorry and that you'll do better next time. As you can see, transgender people are just like you and me. They're our friends.
If a girl's body count being high is a red flag, then a guy's bank account being low is a red flag. Don't be mad at me.
The fact that she compared these two things together makes absolutely no sense, but I'm not surprised by an OF model.
I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
You hate men. Even the guy that invented plastic surgery so you can get your done, and the guy that invented modern makeup so that you can, well, you know. Or how about the guy that invented filters because clearly makeup wasn't enough? Or the guy that invented the iPhone and Instagram so that you can post your sexist reels like this and cultivate an army of femcel Swifties. Yeah, have fun being a stay-at-home daughter living off of daddy's money. Do you tell him that you hate him too? That's tough.
Does height matter?
Yeah.
But you know a guy can't change his height, right?
You're right, a guy can't change his height. But me, though...
If you're judging guys based off of height, then we gotta judge based off of weight. So... What? Right here. For what?
And you would hear feminists say that men and women's sports should be the same when we have nonsense like this. And for the people who watch football, you would know that women's sports is not as good as men's sports.
Do you guys think an 8-year-old can choose their own gender if they want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can decide what they want to wear and like who they want to be.
I believe an 8-year-old is a child of God, so consequently, choices are theirs.
Yeah. Maybe they just want to fulfill their wishes if that's what's going to make them happy.
Yes, an 8-year-old is mature enough to decide if they want to be male or female or cis or trans, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Would you say like a 5-year-old too?
A 5-year-old? I don't know, it depends.
But if you change, let's say you change at 8 years old and you were a boy and then you chop it, you can't really go back and change it again.
Oh, that's far. I never really thought about that, but...
I've said it before and I'll say it again. These people will be able to vote one day.
A lot of women, first of all, they're a daughter, then they're a wife, then they're a mother, then they're perhaps a widow. They're always labelled something rather than just being a woman who is fulfilling her life.
If this isn't brainwashing, I don't know what is, because what she said was one of the most stupid things I have ever heard, and I have heard a lot of stupid things. You do know men are also husbands, brothers, sons, and widowers as well. I don't know how people go through their day-to-day lives thinking the nonsense that they think, because I'm completely baffled. And once you watch all the nonsense I watch, you'll begin to learn that even old people have some stupidity in them.
If you're cis,
that's not a real thing.
I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them what is one thing that you can do to lighten their load this week.
No, I'll get right on it.
Right this second.
Whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes.
Ain't doing these goddamn dishes.
Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying.
Preston carries heavy burden.
Because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now, while having to deal with all of the life stuff that we regularly deal with.
Oh, poor you.
And the regular life stuff that we deal with is life stuff, and then there's transphobia and living as a trans person in the world, and then there's what's going on right now, which is all of that combined.
Life is hard, FML.
And then send that trans person $5 so they can get themselves a treat.
You cheat back.
I think I didn't give permission to film me. I don't want to be filmed.
Public stream, you don't need your permission.
Cool.
You literally walked up to him and took a photo without his permission.
I'm not being put on fucking TV though, you know?
Are you worried you're going to come off looking stupid?
No, it's not something I want to debate.
That was just very typical of the level of intelligence. Oh, he's back.
Don't you find it funny that you said you don't want to be on film, you walked up, you took a photo without his consent, and then you complained about being filmed without consent, and then you just won't leave us alone?
Being interviewed and photographed, you know?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Okay, so you didn't have to answer. It's just being photographed without consent is the same thing.
I want to be interviewed.
And you're still here. Do you know the easiest way to get the microphone out of your face is?
Is you to remove it. Yeah.
Actually, you like 1, 2, 3. Out of my range.
Very smart.
God bless you, brother. Do you mind? We want to take a photo. Unless you want to take the photo, you're pretty good at doing it. This time, though, we'll give you consent to do it.
They talk about bodily autonomy, but yet when you have bodily autonomy to move your body to somewhere else, you don't do it. The thing about these people is they don't care about bodily autonomy. If they were able to force other people to bend to their will, they will try and push to do that. They don't care about all of that nonsense. If they were to take control, they would subjugate everyone to believe in the nonsense that they believe in. And I don't understand why you didn't just walk away and go away from them.
What is a woman?
As we know it now, sex-wise, a woman is someone with the XX, a female is someone with the XX chromosome. A woman is someone who socially presents and is identified as a woman.
So you think an XY chromosome can become a woman, is that right?
Yeah.
At what point do you become a woman? Is it with makeup? Is it surgery? Is it a hormone level? Like, when is womanhood, like, you are now a woman?
It's achieved differently through, like, for different people. But again, you achieve womanhood when you reach that social status of it becomes, like, wrong almost in all situations to refer to yourself as a man.
Got it. So if you trick enough people into believing you're something you're not, then it becomes true.
I think trick is a weird word to use.
Well, because you're camouflaging and disguising what you really are. Is womanhood a costume that can be appropriated?
No.
So anyone can access womanhood?
Yeah.
Okay. You're lying to yourself and lying to other people that you could become something other than what you are born. And that you're at war with your own biology. You're at war with your own wants and interests, no matter how hard you try to convince yourself otherwise.
These people just say absolute nonsense and complete word salad. It's really simple, and I don't even want to give the definition anymore because these people are completely brainwashed. They just want to believe whatever they want to believe in and don't care to hear the truth.